We are screening when they're exercising and stuff.
But instead, watching Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And it's been such a long...
Along with new additions like Halle Berry, quickly ordered a sequel, Wonder Woman 1984.
Like Veronica, but how a cat would say it.
Oh, Howard is on social media, but mainly she is here. It feels okay.
Yeah, nothing like a good game.
Spider-Man Far From Home. What I love about these announcements tomorrow, anytime you announce any of these... I'm trying to combine
junk colliders.
Junk colliders. To the makeup that you just couldn't make out in the photo that was released. Like little things, just like girls. I don't know if there's a word for guys, but I feel like James McAvoy's breaking into that territory with things like such as those guys. They're much more drawn to the aware like.
It's released on May 3rd, which means you should get your tissues ready. With many of the contracts for Marvel's,
I really do want them to take risks and gambles.
Funny guy, you know, and when he's an adult, especially, he's supposed to still be a funny guy.
Like onions.
Of all the villains that have come,
So Avengers 4, people are still having conversations about it, and honestly, I've talked about it so much. And man, you say Jake Gyllenhaal is the villain. I'm like, that's the main thing I'm going to tune in for now. And I'm here to talk about that event that we played
in Infinity War. Avengers 4 is sure to be both completely epic and...
I mentioned this in the other video. Richie,
go out and see their money to see a film. So The Last Jedi made...
For, I think what a lot of people are excited for, I can't wait for these set photos, is Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio.
Avengers 4 will probably feature at least a few...
Last couple years, but I think... There are videos here. Screen Junkie's nudes today. Jessica Chastain, without a doubt, was...
Do it. No, they won't really do it. Wait, no, but they're going to show how they're going back in time to do... No? In reality?
In reality?
Back the third time around.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Dozens of times. Studios picture that and then do that.
Close friend of mine, and I was sitting down with him and he was telling me about Lost in the Snap. It's confirming that they're not actually gone.
The Force Awakens, J.J. Abrams is returning to write and direct the trilogy.
Hey, reject.
Stacey Howard.
What the plot is?
It's gonna be old. It's like walking around with a cane.
They're gonna kill him off. It's gonna be make all the fans out. And I think the similar thing occurs with Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Hall chose to be in.
I hope this Christmas
2019 comic book movie specifically because he's revealed in an interview because the only
and I'm wondering,
and she has done some dramatic things like you look at Skeleton,
The Last Jedi, and not mixed, just flat out divisive.
Drink some Romulan ale to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan at the reboot.
The makeup artist is...
I had to pick someone.
The first film followed a group of dangerously unsupervised kids known as Director Team. So if you love all things Wick, expect more of the same to come.
So her headband is their hair,
found a way to...
and then the film starts at 8. We're also going to have Q&A.
Perform well at the box office. My argument for that is that it's because... I wasn't trying to hold your hand there, sorry. Chapter 3. You know, I don't love John Wick. I have nothing new to offer here. Anything very excited for. Because John Wick 2 just starts off with just like fucking crazy. Imagining him. Surprising at the same time. Like,
oh, they're going to...
No.
Credits?
What the hell is the what? Sounds like
a
Hoarders channel.
This season on 80.
No, he
2012?
I don't think he was Thanos then, but for sure when Guardians of the Star Wars Episode 9. I don't think I've put the other Star Wars movies at number 1. All gritty, isolated, darker tones and cinematography as well. You're like, well, Jessica Chastain, right? Split and now It.
Oh, yeah. I think this is one of those opportunities where you can...
A lot of people who have...
on theater. So that's Ricardo Montalban. Khan himself.
Yes,
I'm very excited about. For all you Star Trek fans out there...
11th with the Stranger Things star, joint writers behind
play it, or if they're still going to take risks and gambles, you know?
Need to go watch this together, and I want to introduce you to this world.
On Hellboy,
this
with more of a focus on the characters in the struggles rather than
been out for a while.
Oh man, well you kicked my ass. We never reversed each other.
The studio continues its no holds barred approach, established.
Like I'm sure you signed some deal where you might have to do multiple films, but you're also not locked in.
So strong, she can move planets.
There's also some impressive talent behind the scenes. The second standalone film out July 17th for John Wick 3 Parabellum, following the bloodbath of the last.
A lot of emotional attachment. Guy with the mole, and I was like, this is
go down because I think what was surprised
ball draft, and it was like, oh, I got all my favorite players, yay!
It's more exciting than the miniseries. Gambles. I'm not even really thinking about.
Of Homecoming's excellent cast to make a return. We don't know much about the plot of Far From Home, but
You know, I've talked about it so many times with this channel. What I love about what's going on with Avengers is the action scene and it'd be
The late
dark.
Carrie Fisher will also appear.
I want to see where that story takes us.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Billy D. Williams is coming back.
Twins and a bunch of...
Wow, there's some movies to talk about here, yo.
There sure is. It's cool. Out of all the movies, I'm going to say that's my number one.
Really,
Most
this one?
Anticipated.
Yeah, but
That's point of reference right there. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Just don't yawn in the middle of my monologue. People get upset when, you know, you do one of those. But on the Stardust app, John and I have
scheduled to start by the end of 2018. This reportedly died on your experimental take.
He's
one of the best.
Some of my hair out when I try and take these off.
Kind of deserve it at this point.
Tales have been kept
really?
in the wraps.
Oh, yeah,
You
they
know
used
that
to wear
Wonder
little
Woman
crowns and, like,
1984 movie? Wick is on the run with a
our first
$14
trailer
million
reaction together,
global
John Wick, too.
contract on his head. Lots of
Because this is real.
Yeah.
This is like heavy shit we're talking about. People who does love The Last Jedi.
I like it.
Oh shit, what's going on?
it's no laughing matter.
And I thought it was gorgeous. So,
For due out November
I'm
1st,
loving that
we'll bring back
she's
director
more- this
Patty
is 84,
Jenkins
so
here.
it's still a
Episode 9's plot is still a mystery, but all the expected...
Let's just go for it.
That's right.
So, we're going to watch this video today from an awesome channel called...
Come to him.
Joker.
Yeah.
And then there's
We've
the
talked
wild
about
card.
it.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
And he wasn't nominated for...
Officially
I like
for
how he said
real.
it.
With
Wacky.
shooting...
It's been The Last Jedi.
I love Nation, I'm great.
No, I have a hormone disorder!
Over there, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, we just want more people to be following us there because we love
For
posting.
more
I love
action,
how they're
fun,
using,
romance,
like,
and child-chomping clown. After the first film's massive success, it was easy to land big names.
Take a risk as if it's not going to make money.
Yeah.
Studios do not give a fuck what fans...
Your thing, Stacey.
I am doing something pretty special.
You know he can. Ah,
You know?
yeah.
Like,
I
I
find.
love it.
What exactly will?
Jake Gyllenhaal joining it is what
Exactly.
has excited me the most.
Movies on the way. There's more Star Wars, more Avengers, and even more evil demon clowns.
Motorcycle. Yeah.
Great.
Like, fuck
It
yeah.
reminded me of True Lies.
Oh, we
Stop
gotta
them
get
for-
them, and it's just like non-stop rock and roll action.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this third one will go back crazier. We're
Fighting giant gear monsters with a big gun.
Schmo down, but you do better than me every time.
That-
Hellboys are very Guillermo del Toro,
They
and
are.
then this one is, I think they want to honor the comic books a lot. Yeah, and they got her. She's perfect. Like, without a doubt, she's gonna kill it. Bill Hader is.
It's so awkward. The kids were... I love the kids.
The kid part is great, but
Then her crown
He's
is
also
like
co-writing the
placed,
script.
and then the
Well,
ear, like
bloody-
it's October 5th. Doors open at 6:30, so you can have some cool themed money. They don't care about like the mixed reaction. They care about your wallet.
with a villain.
Ogres are
In the
In
80s.
the 80s, yeah, not like projects and venturing out. Like Josh Brolin's been Thanos forever. I mean, not from the very beginning.
14, 15, and I remember me and my brother going to see that in theater.
Captain Marvel.
Action of some kind.
Yeah.
I loved that aspect of it.
Yeah.
So
Watching people I have met many times before talk about Star Trek too. They're
yeah, Hellboy and Hellboy 2.
kidding, but don't try to hide
Sorry,
that yawn.
sorry,
I
sorry.
appreciate. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Why don't you talk about?
I don't like any of these people.
In terms of just casting thing, it's kind of a gamble over performance.
I love Chris Dwayne.
He wasn't like committing months and months on end,
Right.
But he could still do the complexity when Infinity War comes. If they fall in the tradition of all the other characters, he's going to be super sad and depressed.
An event for fans. Absolutely.
Well, I'll for sure be there now.
Go somewhere totally different with a story in a sequel. You don't have as much room.
Patches and stuff, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he was showing me those details. I'm
Okay.
like, darker and everything. More grounded, gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other comic book characters too, but you know, he takes on the Joker. I think for actors, look at the top of this video, if you made it to the end, link in the description box. I will be there. Not like, what are you talking about? It's not underrated. I totally think he is. This guy gets gypped every year for that for the adults. So
And I was completely sucked in. I just felt that movie so much. And this
a lot more of
yeah.
and do a lot more free. What were you saying about the
and he was a big Hellboy
Hellboy,
fan.
yeah.
Hellboy fan.
I know we look so alike, don't we? Yeah.
Hair flowed in like, you know, the 1914.
Sure.
Just no, it's gonna be a good time. You guys can get tickets.
People are over there.
I
And
want
the other
some
thing is too, huh?
I want some sponsorship. I want Stardust. Bullshit.
I
The Losers Club, as they dealt with
I
an
do love
ancient
Bill
evil
Skarsgård.
being.
I
The
do
sequel
one really go.
And even inside.
Yeah, right,
Get your
well,
tickets there. All right, let's get to it.
wear their headband. You can do whatever you want. I mean, this is like the dream. This is like the dream lineup.
Yeah.
Like Fantasy Foot from SNL. She's about to do a funny
It's hard.
voice with baby hands.
Even when she's doing a good dramatic chop, I'm still.
New cast, whole new
Right.
story. Like you, the '80s one, it's like in her hair a little.
That means she's
That would be
strong.
cool, yeah.
How strong is she?
Reactions for shows, movies, trailers, and sometimes we make like little 30-second sketches.
Broca, Jason Inman, Ashley Robinson.
Yeah, via unused footage from The Force Awakens.
But are you?
Busters, with 3 monster earners grossing
Very
more than
true.
$1 billion at the worldwide box office.
What I'm most excited for.
2018's been a huge year for blockbusters.
You guys are gonna be there.
Most likely.
All the best people.
All
Wait,
the people
you're not-
do great with drama if you follow
Oh, yeah.
him, but I don't think the masses are aware of how.
So it makes sense that Warner Brothers quit
It's really special.
as a
Halle
mysterious
Berry's in this? I
Sophia.
didn't know that.
The third installment in the action-packed, insane assassin franchise feature was set to begin. Good thing they
I have
found
no
someone
idea.
who's definitely qualified to take over rivalries.
Yeah,
Star
it's
Wars
just,
Episode
I don't know.
9.
I can't picture her in
There
this
have been
movie.
some shit. That's
No,
assuming
I
that
didn't.
Spider-Man is
Awesome.
actually, you know,
Wait,
back from the
maybe I
dead.
did.
Speak.
Kristen Wiig is doing good at the drama.
Yeah,
I'm so
I
aware
can't-
of
it
her.
doesn't,
Yeah.
I don't
Like, oh, she's gonna see this.
take some cool photos, win prizes if you get some trivia right.
Ton over there. 30-second I haven't read the book, but
Starring the brilliantly weird Joaquin Phoenix is now a
See anything else besides her?
Star Wars Episode 9.
Roof, which is looks
Yeah.
more '80s fashion.
Ah.
If you look at like '80s headbands.
great men have must.
I'm posting going to be a lot darker.
Reboots.
You nailed this.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't pick up on
It's like-
jack
it's-
about that. After the amount of mixed reaction
It looks more '80s the way they used to.
do anywhere near as much as I love. Like if I put on John,
I like it.
Greg and Stacey like follow Bill Hader.
It's like '80s looking now, like the
Okay.
way that they put it in her hair.
Done with that. Wonder Woman 1980 complexity of what a villain can offer, and you're not locked in to the degree that a leading hero is.
Right.
So you have a little bit more leeway. The thing about Infinity War was how it wasn't surprising, but also so.
In a lot of other films, but this is like, nah, hold. I cannot get out of my own. Oh, it's Kristen Wiig.
Hellboy.
Hellboy, I know the guy who did the makeup
unveils his
for
new
it.
take on Hellboy on January.
Happy. Oh man. Well, this is a fun list. We just started a movie news channel
Yeah.
because all that level of hate, and then the fact they're bringing J.J. Abrams back, I'm like, are they gonna?
Everyone has come to him wanting him because he's like a before he would have been.
Nah, I doubt it.
No?
Well,
Isn't messing with Far From Home. Tom Holland's
I'm
Spider-Man
excited
is
for
set to
this.
continue his
I'm
adventures in a
right, easily.
Favorite actor.
Given for that was because it was so soon after The Last Jedi.
rated reboot,
Duh.
Guardians of the Galaxy, and she's no stranger to playing cat ladies.
And I'm Veronica.
Contractually obligated to make these appearances. Chris Pine was still around, and why is he still around? And I don't. Solo didn't have to take a lot more creative liberty. Just knowing the general response to how people. Yeah, you tried hiding the yawn. Like you hear
Yeah.
casting, you're like. Whoa.
Yeah, because I just love Jake Gyllenhaal. And meet and greets with different influencers that are friends of mine. Like,
Yeah.
do you guys know some of these people?
You know, I feel like no one's really talking about like putting this at the top of the John Wick chapter stepfather to really real, and that it's just some figment of her imagination because I think that would
has
ruin
to
the
be.
I think it would ruin the effect of like how this one's going to be one on my most anticipated. But this is not because I am one of the people doing other projects. I'm looking
Yeah.
all right
Yeah.
after like 40 something years. You know, it has to be some just like
It's at arenascreen.com. I hope everyone can make it. Selves Theater that he started, we're showing it on their True.
and he never wins, you know. It's the real personal vibe. And some people love that because and then it slowly introduces it and then the style keeps
They don't have chemistry.
And what I've heard about the book too, and there was such a weight that movie carried. But yeah, I still think it's guaranteed to make money. I feel like even the people who hate
They all make it out
That's
alive.
such a perfect cast.
Wonder
for
Woman
it.
19
YouTube
Are
movie
you
news
the-
guy.
Actually,
Hero saga will be long overdue.
Avengers 4. Oh god, I want to be him
It's
so
chapter
bad.
2.
Put that
Focus
out
on
there.
those
Have you
same
seen-
an Elseworld style Joker origin movie.
Last time that I can recall when a movie ends, it has such an amazing side for, and he was showing me like photos because they released the still of it, but there were details.
From Mr. J is going to be co-written and directed by The Hangover's Todd Phillips, with the
I
I
love
loved it.
Adam Driver's Kylo Ren, and to see more of his.
Marvel's winning formula. Director John Watts is back to helm the Web-Slinger's next adventure.
I didn't know he was-
Academy Award winner Brie Larson as Carol Danvers, and Marvel promises familiar faces are
Yeah, we should.
Call it colliding junkies.
Bring back Chris Pine's beloved Steve Trevor. The film will also feature...
They're disappointing. Are they going to take any Galaxy was around here?
Whenever time the war was. And then an
Oscar nomination.
He's never won.
He's never nominated.
Bang, bang.
This video is definitely monetized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like for this one, they're going to have building and it gets
Love the members only jacket on him though.
Yeah.
Indie, quirky,
oh, totally.
Things that she's done, but as a movie watcher.
Excited for that. James McAvoy is Bill. Like, I don't know if there's a word for, you know how there's like the Scream Queens for that's
Demon.
Gonna be cool.
Fans should expect a darker tone than Guillermo del Toro's take. Partial for a grittier take on the Horned Heart.
Josh Brolin's been Thanos since what, the end of Avengers?
Well, one of the most underrated actors, I think, around today. Like,
100%.
Some people might be.
But that's just scratching the surface. Here are the most hotly anticipated movies.
Yeah, I'll put it on. And I like it. I really enjoy it. But I really feel like there was a missing element. Him on the horse.
Oh, I did. I think it's great. He's like pointing a gun at someone. I was like, yeah.
I'm like, wow, that is so realistic looking. Wow. It looks awesome.
So look forward to the finale. Out all lending a hand to bring Captain Marvel to life. Spider-Man, of which. Avengers 4. The fourth Avengers
film be all Marvel movies.
Marvel's first female-led superhero ridiculously devastating, ending sequel director Colin Trevorrow a few months before production.
Anyway, you know, like I'm gonna just gotta hate to having a lot more of that person. Yeah.
That sounds like it. I'm excited
While Harvard's take on Hellboy looks spot on, the rest of the cast doesn't.
Safe, they're gonna.
Ian McShane is Hellboy's adopted father, a role he has some experience with.
And I didn't know anything about, you know, the graphic novels. And so he was like, sis, we need...
This is up. And you can check us out on Patreon. TV show reactions, Q&As. Stacy.
You get the adults and the
all they do is talk about being kids.
Yeah, and then the weird...
Talk about the part of the book with the adults. I feel like this one they'll have to steer clear. Headphones, Stacy.
Oh, every time I rip...
We do know Spider-Man will face off against Mysterio, the villain played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Did you know that product placement video thing on it? And yeah, they're not sponsoring this video. They should. The Marvel villain problem has gone down significantly in the past.
Comic book, you know, superhero. Scott Mance, Dan Murrell, Mark Knopik, Robert Meyer coming for sure.
I will come for sure. Thanos. So even though he had been he could be menacing but also kind of goofy.
Try swinging your way out of that.
This one too, you know.
Which I really like.
Have generally tell me that the kids. It's really the only ingredient I'm looking for because I know they're going to deliver on the action stuff. Did you see that shot element with John Wick 2, which was
losers, including Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, and Bill Hader. He is hoping. Sounds like describes the script as a gritty character study, but also a broader cautionary tale.
Golden Army are two of my favorites.
Like Alba.
I'm Steve.
Features the same writer when it hits theaters on March 8th. The movie is shaping up to be worth the wait. Captain Marvel as a clown prince of crime expected to hit theaters on October 4th, 2019. Warner Brothers
described
reason they wouldn't want to,
but they're not.
Yeah.
Either way,
play the older version of these kids. Like every single one of them is like perfect.
Just to play the adult
at the con afterwards. Yeah.
What I'm curious about is why Jake Gyllenhaal.
But for it, he's gonna need to bring
Kristen Wiig as the central baddie. Cheetah to return.
I'll play this extra safe where it's kind of. We're gonna can that idea. You got
7 years later. Now adults, they return to Derry to deal with the return to
the iconic role. And I think that's the best. Follow us. A lot of big people.
2019 is shaping up to be just as massive, with more gigantic movies.
Looper. 2019 movies, everyone will be. I love how if it's a figment of her imagination, she's imagining him too.
Yeah, but then they're probably comic book films.
Okay.
Those
came about. Very different.
I think I was like
going to Horror Nights. Colliders. What? I don't know. I think she's playing a girl named Cheetah. I don't really know much about that character. I'm hoping it's not a distracting closer. It's comedy, and Mysterio is kind of a little bit of a goofy character in some way. That there is some really weird stuff that goes on in the adult part towards the end.
Yeah, don't they like gangbang her or something?
Kristen Wiig.
Because originally it was like right here and then
84. Like Wonder Woman is the DCEU's best performing film to date in the US.
John Wick 1, I'm gonna watch John Wick 2. It's just the way my life is. I'm just gonna most anticipated. Arguably, I haven't arguably.
Jacobs behind the scenes of Star Wars Episode 9, with Lucasfilm dropping Jurassic.
Not like how she knew him.
Yeah, imagine him in an 80s out. Let's go through them.
Okay.
Okay.
John? Greg?
My name's Greg.
Several storylines set up in past films, while also getting things ready for whatever's coming next.
The Last Jedi, or definitely, yeah, let's go flash
on the horse.
Yeah.
That's great. Push floor 12.
We did a whole video on it, and Jake Gyllenhaal is
biggest names expire.
Or the story is gonna take place
in a different time.
It's like he's been offered to be a
lot darker. Is probably gonna be a hard R is what they're going for.
Nice.
Which
okay.
I'm very much stuff is the better part of the book too, and that's actually in the kid part.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And they like take away your innocence, and then oh, there we go. There's Bill. Bill kicked my butt.
Well, don't spoil it, but I
hater. The fact that they got all these people to
not even because I want to see the follow up to The Last Jedi. I'm wondering if it'll be comedic though, because Spider-Man has so much
disappoint either, including Mila Jovovich as a villainous blood queen and director Neil Mar
Nightcrawler, which fucking
which is it's arguably I'm
gonna be a Spider-Man villain. It's such an interesting choice.
Well, I think if Jake Gyllenhaal's acting chops will adjust to that style.
You know, a gorgeous buff guy, a great actor. They've always wanted him to be this, and so then he's like, nah.
You can expect
there's a lot more layers you can explore. Hellboy the remake. This is the most obvious, but the most demanded, I think. Like,
and they got her.
When you say older,
little like teen angsty drama going on, and then him and Ray having kind of like a romantic.
We filmed. We were on movie fights together, guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's in the
out with Marvel. I think that she has like some those films. So to see this, I'm like, okay, we're going there. We're gonna do a totally
how good of a dramatic actor Bill Hader is, and Richie is supposed to be a
special and just a new thing, new people, new look, new art.
It's gonna be a lot. I'm so curious how Lucasfilm and Disney is gonna handle this.
Burnett. John
Pine thing is not. This is Colette talking about. Before we do that, I wanted to mention this is not. Hey,
otherwise the dancing clown will make his terrifying return to the big screen on return.
He's embarrassing.
I really love.
Okay, well, all the other major players. But
you guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell to get notified when one of our videos of how they handled it. Did you see the miniseries?
I did. I thought it was please. That was terrible.
That's amazing. Marvel characters who
talk about it until the next movie comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Next year. John Wick.
Similar because Joaquin Phoenix used to get offered for comedy.
Yeah.
Hated the adult portion. The adult portion was
throughout December 20th.
They would put it like
because I think if you pick chapter 2,
we can look forward to Billy D. Williams reprising his role as fan favorite Lando Calrissian.
A dream thing where she's a John Wick 1. You know, it takes a while before there's an action scene.
Out for like a week.
Yeah,
it's
major character death.
Avengers 4
the permanent kind this time. If
think about a film, they care if they go.
The
other ones are going to die.
Living Hitman is coming back to theaters on May.
Just keep speculating.
I don't want to be a hero. I want to be a villain. And I'm
talking. The Last Jedi. Who are you, idiots? I sure.
I mean, you can see awesome. Star Trek Under the Stars. That's gonna be amazing.
Story sounding like a sophisticated cliffhanger, and people hair. You know, like how some guys will just have like, oh, little random hair here or something.
Yeah. Little more, and it's like tease and like her ear. It's like that. It's
gonna be or what's gonna unfold. I'm just curious how.
So I have a
layer of drama as well, and I'm really excited.
Better comic book.
Easily.
Spider-Man Homecoming was super successful with both critics and fans.
Oh yeah.
And the follow-up will be as powerful a character as they've ever put in a movie.
If she had the short.
No. 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 No.